Prince Harry facing lose-lose situation in US after new development in visa legal battle. Prince Harry is facing a lose-lose situation in the US after a new development in his visa legal battle, according to GB News digital royal editor. The Duke of Sussex is currently involved in a US court case, where the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank, wants the royal's visa documents to be made public after he admitted to taking recreational drugs in his memoir Svar. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. GB News digital royal editor Svar Nanan-Sen and royal correspondent Cameron Walker sat down for the second episode of the new podcast, The Royal Record, where they discussed Harry's legal battle in the US. Cameron said, Prince Harry and Meghan stood back as working members of the royal family. In March 2020, they moved to the United States via Canada. Prince Harry would have applied for a visa to enter the United States and live there. In his memoir Svar, he admitted to taking marijuana, cocaine and psychedelic mushrooms. Under US immigration law, you cannot lie on your immigration record to say you have not done illegal substances. If you have done so, because that is under law, grounds for deportation. It is not necessarily grounds for deportation if you do publicly disclose that on the forms. What the Heritage Foundation in Washington, D.C. wants to know is, A. Did Harry lie on his immigration form, and therefore, what are the consequences for Harry? Or B. He told the truth on the immigration form and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, in other words, the Biden administration, granted him a visa anyway, in which case, on what grounds did they grant that visa, and did they give Harry special treatment? So that's the crux of the case. Svar added, I think if the documents are released, it's a lose-lose situation for Prince Harry. As you've said, he's either lied on his documents and the penalty could be really harsh for that, including being deported. Or, he admitted to taking drugs on his documents, in which case it raises questions about whether he received special treatment as a member of the royal family. The US ambassador for the UK has vowed that he will not be deported under the Biden administration. It's a really uncomfortable situation for Harry. We have seen celebrities in the past denied entry to the US following an admission of drug use. We, GB News, did an exclusive interview with Donald Trump last year where he said that Harry wouldn't receive as much favorable treatment from him if he was the US president as the Biden administration has given him. So Harry could be in hot water. Cameron replied, I think the problem now is this is going to turn political because, as you say, Jane Hartley, the US ambassador to the UK, has said he's never going to be deported come what may under the Biden administration. Trump said appropriate action will be taken. But the question for a future President Trump, if it happens post-November 4th and he becomes president in January, it may not. But if it does, what does appropriate action mean? Does that mean he's going to deport Prince Harry? Is he really going to break up a young family when Harry has 2 young children and a wife living in California with him and force him to go back to the United Kingdom? What does that do for diplomatic relations? Because Prince Harry is still 5th in line to the throne. He's still the king's son. So in terms of the US-UK soft relationship, I'm not sure how well that's going to go down. Or is it simply going to be a slap on the wrist? The point is we simply do not know. But it is creating a lot of this distraction. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this case plays out, whether the court rules that Prince Harry's visa documents can remain secret, in which case, I suspect it's all going to be swept under the carpet, whatever happens on that visa application. But the Pandora's box could very much be opened if the court orders the US government to make Prince Harry's visa documents public. Svar continued, a report that I saw earlier this month that really interested me was an immigration lawyer said there was a possibility that Harry received a rare US visa that may have resulted in a lower security check.